ask Izzy to come back to play for us. And I think she's going to be accompanied by a saxophonist. So please will you welcome both of them.
I'd like to welcome James Izard up to the stage for this one. James is a local musician, pianist, saxophonist and singer, but today he's going to be a tenor saxophonist
called felling. In the churchyard, they are cutting the big yew down. It was home to so many birds. In winter, berries fed the goldcrest and the finch. This church is ill attended and ill cared for. Its door is always shut. Better they felled the church and kept the tree. It would have survived for centuries yet. You can see the stars through it. I'm just going to read another couple of short poems. And they're for my late husband. And the first one is called Face, because not every star is in the sky. Face. There, on the left side of your mouth, sits a tiny hollow shaped like a star that puckers in and out when you're trying not to laugh. Your thick flop of yellow hair always falls across your face, no matter how often you flick or push it back. Your green eyes are like an oily sea that has its surface shivered by a shoal of small fish rising up. Sparkle, tremble, dance. I remember your face as clearly as if you'd only left the room 1 minute earlier and might still be coming back. And then this is a poem for Finbar, my husband, and he actually could name so many stars in the sky, and I was too idle to take it all in. For Finbar. The stars here are like apples crowding the tree. You could have picked them one by one, kept them in the pocket closest to your heart. But it is I who watch the stars. I who cannot name them as you did. The pockets of my heart are filled with holes, not stars, the bright apples always out of reach.
So James and I are back. This time James has his piano hat on. So I'm afraid we're not going to have the bonus piano strings today, partly because of the size of our piano we have here. But I hope you enjoyed the piece just the same. I'll let you read all about the genesis of this piece, but just so that you know, it is based on a planetary orbital system, of a system in the constellation Aquarius. So there is stuff behind the music, which I hope you appreciate. Thanks.
one poem. And I'm going to remind poets, please keep things short.
whose words go with the last piece of music, so that's really lovely. It's very short and it's called Cosmic Dance. Eternally spinning in infinite space, each star has an orbit, its own unique shape. This champagne flute bubbles with thousands of stars, their bright cosmic dances performed in the dark. Look up to the sky, gaze deep in the glass, watch galaxies spiral, centuries pass.
It's very interesting because the concept of time out in space is very different from ours. Okay. Now, Anna Saunders has very graciously declined to read in this set because time's pushing on. But I'd like to welcome Colin back, please. Give him a welcome.
Okay, we're going to enter into the realms of the fantastical now, and I hope you're going to come with me. Now, the first poem is about Venus, and what we have to understand, if that's the right word, is that it spins upon its axis only once in the time that it takes to circle around the sun. So this is an interpretation of what it might be like on Venus. I haven't a clue whether I've got this right. I hope somebody might correct me afterwards. But anyway, it's called Venus, A Day in the Life. Our planet spins upon itself once only in the time it circles around our sun. We see 4 seasons in a single day. As the new morn streaks the western sky, we rouse from hibernation, slough off the dead skin of our long night winter. First wave we line up, shivering to greet the sun. The ice cutters present their haul, we salute them with our kites. At half morn, the sun is high enough to start the thaw. We bounce the daily on our knees, promising the planet. Noonday is high summer. We droop, crave shade, slake our thirst with juice of skybush berries, grateful for the ice. By 4 eve, it is autumn. We pick love apples, harvest the earth eggs, shiver. Even the poorest eat their fill. Come day's end, we party. Soon the first gales of long night will hurl snow flurries from pole to pole. We slow our breathing, set out the sleeping chambers, pay the boiler men, bequeath the dying day to the ice shroud that will grip until tomorrow's spring. Only ice cutters will venture out before new morn. That's Venus. This is sort of about the moon. It's called The Path of Memory. I'm on a golden barge, captained by a dog with diamond eyes that promised me a journey of a different kind. We ride the yellow carpet laid down by a fatted moon. The sea lies thick as mercury and music plays from somewhere else. A fox appears, red as a beached hulk. And women, none of them thin. We nibble starcakes, sip drinks black as panther hide, pause at light-pulled jetties, exchange packages with businessmen in suits. The captain makes it clear the fox and I must leave. His name is Joe, he says, he knows the way. The women fade to fragrance, apple, orange, pear. We step ashore, watch the captain age as he speeds the barge alone towards the moon. It flickers, goes out. I open another path of memory, marvel at Joe's confidence and grace as he leads me into darkness. Okay, and this is a silly one to finish off with. Hope you like it. It's called The Day the Sun Rose Late. Sunrise, 4:37 says my Collins leaked to view. 5 o'clock I turn on the radio. Wars, floods, drought, traffic jams and paedophiles. No mention of the sun. At 8, There's a glimmer in the east. An hour later, this wan sun drags itself above the trees. It judders, flickers, pallid as an egg, hardly to be distinguished from the sky. Throughout the day, it gives no heat, rather sucks itself from the land, hardly managed to lift itself above its winter height, before crashing down again at 5. But then a kindly early moon appears that rubs its hands and blows its nose and gets us all to jump around and stamp our feet. It even radiates a little warmth. Next day, the sun is up at 3 to make amends, it seems, but so hot and harsh all day we long for cloud, and set so late we hanker for the moon.
You never know if things like that might be rather predictive of the future. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to read 3 love poems, which inspired by the stars. And the first one is the love poem written by a father to his small new daughter. It's written by Edmund Cusick, who was the head of imaginative writing at Liverpool John Moores University, and my colleague and dear friend. The old stars. I had to put this in. Text is a bit small. The old stars. I want to teach her, the old stars, to be the one to trace these patterns in the cold hours of the dark, her small hand at my sleeve, to show her the perpetual surprise of stars above these fields and hills, the one to say, see, there's his belt, and at my voice stars dance into beasts, the eagle, the lion, Cygnus, the great bird, the swan, Hernig, the hunter, rising in the east, his glittering antlers, blue and white, his loins a smear of light, and glinting at his feet, the hound of death, the brightest promise in the sky, the shape the people call the wain, the plough, the 7 stars, the knuckled hand of God, and in the west, the salmon, twisting its starry tail, the 7 water sprites, swimming in the mist, too swift to count. They'll wrap around us, legions of them, forgotten stars from before the cities, before childhood, crowding over the trees, sheltering in that familiar dome, the long river of the Milky Way. Second poem is by W.H. Auden, and I was privileged to be in the very last public reading that W.H. Auden did when he arrived back in Britain from America, and it was at the Poetry Society. He died not long afterwards, and it was a great loss to our poetry in the English language. But he had his zenith really in the 1930s, and he had a very dry voice and a very, and I can remember how he uttered his lines. This is a poem about the stars, but it's really about human relationships, which is typical of Auden. I'm going to try and imitate his way of reading, because it doesn't suit my voice. The more loving one. Looking up at the stars, I know quite well that, for all they care, I can go to hell. But on earth, indifference is the least we have to dread from man or beast. How should we like it were stars to burn with a passion for us we could not return? If equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. Admirer as I think I am of stars that do not give a damn, I cannot now I see them say, I missed one terribly all day. Were all stars to disappear or die, I should learn to look at an empty sky and feel its total dark sublime. Though this might take me a little time. Now, the final poem is from my quite long, romantic, terribly romantic sequence called Snowbird. Snowbird being a kind of emblem of passion at its height in a love affair. Now, I was in the Vale of Clwyd and Clwyd Hills in a little caravan that we had for some years and separated from my loved one. And looking up at the sky invoked this desire poem. And it's quite short, but it uses nature for imagery and so on. In these moon-dipped mountains, engulfed in a dense black bowl, I wanted to press vast love prints on the sky, so that you, enclosed in separate distance, can read the night and know my silent meaning. But the sky seems impaled on stars, time-speared, remote. I send messages with dun-winged birds, find expression in trees' dark gestures, and in their secret hearts.
Love the thought of moon-dipped mountains, and I adore that sardonic tone of Dominic, or good man.